Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Dinner Bros Pod. I got my guy here with me, as always, Ryan Johnson. You want to tell everybody your name? You love doing it.
Alicioso.
Why, bro? Every time you do it, why?
See, they get it.
Yeah.
That's why I love saying.
Are they laughing with you or laughing at you?
I don't care. They laugh.
Anyways, so we have Miss Jackie here today and Lauren here today to talk about the struggles of dating apps, whether that be particularly in Nashville or places such as Nash. So, but before we get into that, Jackie, you're the person I love. Yeah. Would you mind kind of explaining to people your background, how you got to Nashville? Who the hell are you?
Yeah. I grew up in Minnesota, which is Wisconsin. Moved down here in 2014 in the mortgage business, so that's why I moved here originally. Moved back to Wisconsin for a boy in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Moved back here 9 months later.
So
now I'm on dating apps.
How long have you been on?
Probably the last 3 issues.
Oh God, this is going to be a very interesting conversation. Are they designed to be deleted? Before we get into
It's a business, so no.
Well, you know. Okay, Lauren.
Well, I'm Lauren. I grew up in Washington State. I've been all over the country for the last 7 years, so nothing really brought me here other than my friends. But now I'm in the real estate business, which is actually I met Jackie.
Right.
She's my girl. And haven't really done a whole lot on the dating apps. I've downloaded twice, deleted twice, and honestly probably will never download again. But
I think that's smart.
I have some stories. I sure do.
Well, you said you've been all over the country, right, from Washington State, right? Like, I guess give us some insight. Where all have you been?
Vegas after college is when I grew up, and North Dakota because I lived in Vegas. Family was there. And then Virginia for a boy. We broke up 2 months later, and I stayed there for 4 years, and then made my way to Florida, and now I'm here.
Okay. So what I'm gathering, no more following any men.
Yeah, they come to you
Absolutely
now.
not.
They come to
Yeah,
you.
No.
9 months and 2
If
months.
there is no ring on my finger and we haven't said I do, I will not be moving anywhere for a man. That is never.
I would not say
Yeah.
never. I never say never.
I know, I
Right.
say never now, but
And so you guys met within the mortgage industry. How long have you guys been friends?
October?
Yeah, a couple months.
We clicked immediately.
Interesting.
Over.
And I feel like, so you said you downloaded dating apps twice, you removed it twice. But however, when I look at your Instagram story, guess about a week ago, which is the reason you're all here in the first place, you had a lot to say.
Oh boy!
Yeah.
I do have a lot to say.
Great.
You just went on like 2
I went on like 3 in the span of a week and a
Do
half.
we have a
so.
serial dater on our hands?
No, we have a serial one-time dater, and then I
Okay.
can't.
Yeah.
But no.
Ryan, do you have any background questions before we
No, I need to gather more information about
More
it.
information?
Yes.
So you want to dive in? Just dive straight
Yeah,
into it?
let's go through it. Let's do it.
All right, so again, person number one here, Jackie on my left. What's been your experience?
Contestant number 1.
My guy from Family Feud back in there, I can't remember what his name was. But what's been your experience with dating apps and that? Whether it be positive or negative?
I feel like I don't go on a lot of first dates. I feel like I go on dates if I'm excited about somebody. We go on a couple dates, and then I'm not like going on like 5 dates, right? So it hasn't been terrible, but like I've found that the people that I'm going on these dates with don't actually want a serious relationship.
From dating apps?
Hinge specifically.
Hmm.
Hinge, Tinder, Bumble, those are all like the most popular apps.
Right.
And so I feel like those are where everyone is on them. And I've gone like on, you guys have heard of Believe.
Yeah, I've heard of
Oh
that.
yeah. I did
Like
that.
the 2 like real relationships that I had off of the apps were both on Believe. And so everyone from back home is married off of the apps. All my friends from high school.
So there's a chance of having sex.
But this was years ago, and so I've heard that the algorithms have changed and everything. So I'm just finding like on the main apps, people aren't actually looking for a serious relationship.
Or if they are,
Guys are not.
they're not being.
Oh, here we go. Now we
Yeah.
got me a second guy.
She started it.
Yeah, now we are. Everybody say, you be nice to me, I'll be nice to you.
I can say you specifically.
What?
That's my experience.
Am I a
don't
guy?
know. I just like you want a serious relationship. I've had conversations with my girlfriends who want a serious relationship. We're not finding them on.
And would you say you want a serious relationship as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So you brought up, I guess, an interesting point there. You said when you go on these dates from the apps, you can tell that the guys like aren't serious.
No,
You
I
give us
can't.
some-
No, I can't.
You can't tell they aren't serious, or you can't tell they don't want a relationship.
Like we go, they say, "Oh, I'm looking for long-term relationships," and like I was dating a guy. It was like a week. We deleted the apps together because we went on a trip together right away. So I'm a red
That was
flag
like the first
also.
thing. I'm not judging. I'm just like,
we
this is my
met
insight.
on Monday. We went on a trip on a Thursday. So we did a long weekend. Like, because he had work off, I was like, let's blame that you're not doing anything. Let's go somewhere.
Like out of the country.
What do you have?
We went to Scottsdale. And they were like, oh my God, let's delete the apps, blah, blah, blah. So we deleted the apps. And then like a week later, I find out that he's back on the app. And like, you could have just had a conversation with me about it. Instead of like, I just found out that you're back on the apps when we said we were deleting them. Like, just be upfront and honest.
How did you find out he was back on the apps?
Because I had a hunch. I knew it. And so I created a profile.
Here we go. Here we go.
I created a profile. I didn't put like any of the like comments or pictures or anything. I did enough to be able to swipe, and he was one of the first.
Was that the sole reason that you created a profile? To see if you were
1,000%.
still on there?
1,000%.
Why not just ask?
Because I could already tell that the conversation was going here. Like I could tell something was up. So I'm like, I guarantee he's back on the app. I'm gonna find out.
Well, then why not just ask him though?
Because I want to know that I'm right. If I ask him, he said he's gonna tell me no.
The need to be right. How do you know he's gonna tell you? You didn't ask.
He's gonna tell you the answer that
You didn't
Yeah.
give it
he wants.
Because I've had this. This is theme. This has happened more than once.
with him.
No.
Right. So
Are you going after the same type of guys?
But
Like, kind of look alike, kind of have like the same.
they don't look like. They don't look like. I like hop from like one side of really.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like dated the shit bag for a while. So then I'm like, I went to the virgin for a second. So I'm not the same guy, but I'm like, maybe I gotta switch it up. That wasn't working. I gotta go
Good
here.
girls say no to
He was the
drugs.
virgin after
Yeah.
Corey. I'm like, I gotta go to the virgin.
So you're hilarious. You're hilarious. But again, why I'm still stuck on it. You didn't get a man an opportunity to be honest about it. And also when you said you guys are both deleted the apps, is that a verbal communication?
Yes,
you had
like
with
we
each other?
sat there and deleted them together.
Who initiated the conversation?
I would never bring that up. I would never bring up like the exclusive talk. I'm never gonna bring that up with that
Why is that? I'm just
Why not?
curious.
because I want to know that they want it.
I'll take that answer, I guess.
Nah, I won't.
Why? Why?
I knew you wouldn't. That's why I said
won't. Why can't he want to know if you want it?
I feel like a girl wants to be in a relationship more than a guy. Like it's just
Who-
like it's like marriage. The guy is going to
So who would you say
So
controls
many-
access to relationships? Guys or girls?
guys.
You had two different answers.
Women do, 100%.
Well. Let's back up. What did you
No.
say?
I think guys do.
Right, because you said most women want to be in a relationship
Yeah.
with men.
Yeah.
Like you said, for whatever reason, the guy will propose.
Here's my thought on it.
Let's hear it.
I'm gonna agree with you as well.
Thank you.
And the reason why I say that is because, and I'm gonna get in trouble for this. I don't care though. Women have control of like when sex happens.
Mhm.
Can we agree with that?
Yeah.
All right. And just to your point, you feel like women want to be in relationships more, and so with that being said, guys have control of that relationship because if you give access to your body or whatnot, guys will want that all day long. And so us knowing that women want that relationship, we're in control of that because we get to say yes or no.
Right.
So we're not, and then if we already had sex with you, not saying me in particular, it may be over with for a relationship. So I'm just, that's why I agree with you.
Right. Okay. So then, how's your experience? We're gonna come back to this, but how's your experience?
With dating apps
Yeah.
or what? I'm always like, what do I have to lose? I'm gonna say yes to whoever. I mean, I'm really picky, so
Oh, like they
Hold on,
good for
you just
you.
contradicted yourself.
I'm really picky. But when I like swipe on the right person, I'm like, okay, cool. This person can hold a conversation. Why not go to coffee? Like, cool. What?
I'm sorry.
Like a teacher in your own show.
How can you tell by looking at a person that they can hold a conversation?
No, like actually talking to somebody.
Okay.
Like conversation
Gotcha. Okay.
flows,
Just
and then I'm like,
curious.
okay, cool, let's go to a coffee.
Mhm.
Turns out most of the time they can't actually hold a conversation in real life, or they're completely different than what they seem on social media, or their height isn't the same. Which honestly, I don't care. But if you're lying about that, what else are you lying about?
Right.
That's like my whole thing.
So do you give or take a couple inches there, or is it like?
Yeah, like if you're 5'10" and you say you're 6 foot, okay, fine, I'll give you that. If you're 5'7" and you say you're 5'11", no,
That's a problem.
that's a huge no. That's like
happened to
that's happened to me.
So
Twice.
do we say we care about the height? Do you have a height
No,
requirement?
I don't. I mean, yeah, I'm attracted
Girls
to taller
definitely
men, but I'm not going to say no if you're a short king.
Okay. How tall are you? Because your feet are hanging
I'm
off.
5'2". I'm a freaking
5'2".
shrimp. But
Yeah.
I have had twice. I've met people who said they were 5'11". One person said he was. There's no chance in public.
What was he like? Oh wow. Okay.
Like I can tell when I'm looking up at you how tall you are. And
Right.
when you're like this, you're lying. So I don't know. That's like my telltale sign that you're probably just dishonest. And I've had a lot of those. So and then also like super ADHD, super spastic. Like all these people, some of these guys are off the wall weird when you actually meet them.
What does that mean?
Can't hold a conversation because they're like going a million miles a minute and can't even like get a word in edgewise. And so I don't know. I just feel like every single person I've met on dating apps, it's all such a superficial way to meet somebody because you're attracted to their pictures and scripted answers and everything like that.
Right.
You're not actually meeting these people. You're not meeting the person that's on that webpage. You're meeting somebody completely.
You itching again? Go ahead.
Yeah, you looking at the hands.
Yeah, you itching again. I can tell when you got it. Go ahead, dude.
One thing that you mentioned was if somebody lies about their height, it probably entails that they're dishonest.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know they're just not trying to get their foot in the door? Like maybe have a great personality, but
if you're confident and you have a great personality, why lie about how tall you are?
because a lot of women give men shit about their height. And
Well,
they
then
could have
then you don't date those women. You know, like I would
But
never.
most women do though. It would be no different than you putting your application out there for a job. They say you need 5 years of experience. You put, I got 3.5, 4. You only got 1. Trying to get that foot in the door.
But why would you?
And I'm not saying that I lie about my height. I'm just.
Well, no.
But have you ever?
No, but that goes back to why would you hire somebody like if you lie on your application and you like I'm a bartender for 12 years.
Yeah.
I have hired people who have said I've been bartending for 10 years, and you can tell right off the bat that they haven't. So if you meet somebody who completely lies right off the bat and then up front is actually not that person or not that height or not that religious or whatever, why lie about that?
Well, some people are just that damn good.
I know. There's a lot of sneaky mofos
Some
out
people are just
there.
that damn good.
Goodness.
Okay, so there was.
Prerogative.
Were you still itching there? Okay, because I mentioned now. There was something else you said. You said you don't go on 5 dates a week. You don't go on
No.
multiple dates a week.
Yeah.
You said you do want to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
Would one not assume that maybe you should cast a wider net?
I agree. But like, so you went on like 3 dates in the last week.
No,
couple weeks.
No. That was like.
But like,
I
I
can't
can't.
in a while.
But like, I don't find that many people that I'm excited on date with. Like, I could be on there
It's
for
almost
3
like you
months and I'd
force
be like,
yourself to
yeah,
be, like,
I'm not interested.
Right, and so that's interesting, right? Because as guys, we often hear, "Don't hit on me at the gym, don't hit on me at the bar, don't hit on me at the grocery store," and then you guys come on and say, "Oh, well, we hate the apps," and it's like, "What the hell is a man
So,
supposed to
No,
do?"
but guys should come to you.
Yeah, like I
But-
can't
but
stand
even
those
if y'all don't
girls
like it?
I can't stand the girls who say, "Don't do this, don't do that." If somebody comes up to you in public because they find you attractive and they want to introduce themselves, freaking let them. Don't be mean. Girls are just mean nowadays. Sorry, I probably shouldn't say
No,
that.
no,
I
you're
wouldn't
fine.
be
You can say
no
fuck it.
power,
Even
even if
if
I'm not
that's
attracted to
right.
someone at the gym and they come up to me. Like, that obviously makes your day.
Yeah, like thank you for that interaction. It could add something to it.
I'm not saying y'all lying. There's been a lot of people that come on here talking about, "Oh, we think it's so bold for guys to come out in public and like ask us on a date or whatever," and they're cool with it.
I think
But I know most girls aren't that way though.
Girls want that. I think so. I think women want
What is your experience been like in that, with that regard? And maybe different because we black. I don't know. But I need to know.
See, me personally, I'm not much of a DM slider or anything. So the only thing that I have holding the weight with me is approaching a female in person. I feel like I do a whole lot better that way. and I don't give a damn where it's at. Now, are there more comfortable settings? like, and now when I'm in a bar, yeah, that's probably a more comfortable setting because if I get this, all right, fuck you, I'm going back to my friends over here.
Had many of those moments. Huh?
Now, if I was doing it in church, or I would be weirded out if I was at the gym and I'm trying to holler at a girl because I know why I'm going to the gym. I'm going to get my workout in. I kind of want to be left alone. I kind of feel the same way, like women want to be the same. And I've heard, like, I've seen, even I'm a big TikTok guy. I've seen all these females on TikTok like, I'm at the gym. I'm not trying to have 100 guys come up to me and all this other stuff, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, so that's putting in our head that, okay, well, we need to leave them the hell alone.
TikTok is really.
Because anyway, I'm telling you right now, anywhere I go, I'm trying to see what's up.
I'm playing.
Yeah, I mean, like, the girls saying that are also walking around half naked, like,
And we always talk about that.
I'm like, you say you don't want guys to come up, but that's why you're wearing that outfit.
Yeah, because
That's
why?
not
It makes me feel confident in my skin, baby. You know good damn well you want this attention.
You got them titties out for
And
a
I'm gonna give
reason.
it to you, goddamn it.
I feel like if you're gonna approach me at the gym, you have to kind of like I see the same people at the gym every time because we're all there.
Yeah, but I'm a smooth little dude. I'll do it.
You know,
You're
like,
like little.
tell,
You're 6'4", light skin. You're not little.
so you can tell if they're kind of interested or not.
Yeah,
Like,
that's-
right?
sometimes, because we actually talked about this a couple of days ago, where girls will kind of give you a look to show you if they're interested or not. But sometimes I guess I read the wrong damn signal or something because I had a little eye. They look me up and down like that. Oh, baby, I got you.
And you get over there and you back there.
Yeah. Okay, like what are you doing over here? Like trying to holler at you. Bye bye. Okay,
And he's back over there with me in like 30 seconds. I'm like, damn, dog, what happened?
Wasn't feeling it. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it's hard to read that sometimes.
But then it's like, what are you saying when you approach them? Are you being creepy, or is it a genuine? Like you seem like you could hold a conversation and make it not weird, right?
Oh
You
yeah,
can just go up and start.
I got a mouthpiece on me, baby.
Yeah. So I'm like, that's not weird. Even if they have a boyfriend, it's fine, right?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I have a boyfriend. Cool.
Yeah.
So yes, I think girls do want to be approached outside of the house.
You think guys want to be approached?
I don't care if I'm doing it because I'm not doing it.
Yes.
Well, but that wasn't the question. That wasn't the
Yeah,
question.
I think that would be
Absolutely
a huge compliment.
Okay, I want to put you on the spot real quick.
That's facts. Go ahead.
Probably not on the spot that you want me to put her on, but if you were to approach a guy, what would your pickup line be?
I would never do that.
Really?
Yeah.
If you, what
I
would
would never
yours
do
be?
that.
Oh wow, I've approached quite a few guys.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Usually it has.
So you
been
sound like
bad.
someone that may get better results one day.
Mhm.
I've gotten results. They just haven't been. But I can't remember what I would say. I used to like in college. I used to approach guys all the time. I would say like, "Hey, I'm Lauren. I think you're really attractive. Can I have your number?" Always yes. Did anything come of it? Half the time no. But I mean, just be honest. I think you're attractive.
I like that. Not the best game in the world.
No, I have no
but,
game.
Hey, you get the job.
Yeah, but it's fine.
Straightforward, direct, to the point. That's all you need.
Yeah, and it's fine though because I also mentioned this guys are easy anyway. Like as far as like especially you two are very attractive ladies, and that's what I was gonna like actually tell you was like, hey, like if you see somebody out there that you like, just go up to them. 9 times out of 10, it'll probably work.
The most
Oh my
recent
God.
time.
That's my goal for 2024.
Is it though, or are you just saying that? Don't get in here lying to the public. we ain't hiding for a damn thing over
The
here.
number
man.
one
But I agree. Like what I'm doing isn't working. So I'm
Exactly, and that kind of segues us into
oh Lord.
kind of into the next point. So if you saw a guy walk in and he missed the right, and you could tell, we talked about this earlier, like a guy had a certain walk about him, you could tell he's about his business, about his shit. And maybe it's one of those settings where like, I don't know, you're in the airport. And you know, if you don't make a move right there, you'll probably never see that guy again. You just walk the hell past him and miss out an opportunity.
Right now. Like
Folks just leave it like this.
Really?
yeah.
Did you just walk past?
Yeah.
Never been fortunate. Anybody.
Mm.
I wouldn't.
I think the airport is a
would
good place,
Stop
actually.
somebody.
Y'all been to
in
Houston
their
and
tracks.
Atlanta airport? My God.
I'm about to be in the Houston airport. Atlanta, I've never actually like met. I've never seen anybody.
It's the busiest airport in the United States.
I know. I've
Even
never
though
If not the
crossed
world.
paths with
Yeah,
anybody
Atlanta's
or-
number one. I think Atlanta and then
But actually,
Phoenix, I want to say maybe. Yeah, O'Hare's like.
I feel like in Atlanta airport, you
I've
walk
had
up to
people
them
here.
fast to even notice anybody, to be honest with you. No? Well, you different.
I got trapped in the Atlanta airport multiple times overnight. I actually have in the airport, and like we had sleepovers on the floor together, but none of them were worthy of dating.
What does that mean? They weren't worthy of dating.
Most of them were married, so they were.
Oh, okay.
That's fair.
It was a
Yeah,
friendship.
okay. That's fair. I got no
Like
rebuttal
a
there.
companionship in the airport while we were all stuck there.
Yeah. Was it fairly platonic though? Like,
Oh,
you know,
absolutely.
Okay.
We actually have mutual.
So you didn't kind of have like faith in men in that moment.
I always have faith in men. Like I'll never lose faith in. I know that like there's a lot of turds, but
I gotta have.
You gotta
Because as guys, we hear it all the time.
you gotta sift through the crap to get to the good ones, and I'm just sifting through the crap right now.
Did you learn from your teammates?
There's a lot of crap.
There's a lot of crap.
There's a lot of crap.
You know, and
The
it
last
brings.
couple.
Go ahead. I don't know if you had anything that you want to pick up.
I'm just listening, taking it all in
Number
right
two.
now.
So actually, I do a decent job of kind of preparing these to help us navigate the conversation. And so point two here is, so you said you've been swiping on the app for like 3.5 years. You did openly admit that maybe it's you and maybe you could do something different to have a different outcome.
Like get off the app? Yes.
Maybe.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
So on the apps, like, are you truly looking for a man? Or are you just like trying to have a good time and you're kind of upset about the outcome?
Remember that. Like, do I really want to get a relationship out of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, I find it difficult to believe that you've been on the apps for 3 years. And there hadn't been anyone that comes across that you're like, okay, yeah, this.
Well, there's like, yeah, this will do. We can go on a date, but it's not going anywhere from that.
Why?
Because, like I said, I feel like we go on dates, and then for like they truly don't want to settle down. The impression that they tell me up front, oh, I'm looking for serious, like a relationship, and then you get further into it, and it's just like the grass is always greener.
Yep.
There's more options out there. Maybe I'm just one more swipe away from the perfect person.
You're not checking every
What?
box.
We always say this.
Almost all the
Everybody holding out for a better deal.
Yeah,
We
it's
want to
so
know what's
true.
behind door number 2.
That's why dating apps are so terrible. Because okay, this person checks 7 out of my 10 boxes. Maybe I can go on the apps and find somebody who checks 8 out of those 10 boxes, or maybe they're gonna check 9. So you're like seeing this person, kind of exclusively, but also you still have your feelers out there because there's this illusion of options out there. And so yeah, there's a lot of people out there, but how do you know that those people are going to be the right people? You meet somebody, and nobody's meeting somebody and then just saying, okay, I'm going to commit my time to this person and see maybe they're it. You can't do that when you still have your feelers out all the time.
Well, is that not an argument to go on more than a date a week? And also go on more than 2 or 3 dates with the same person? Because you might say, okay, well, they're not coming across as they're looking for a relationship. Because me personally, like where we already talked about this, I never know what I'm looking for until I see it. And I feel like it's a lot to go in and be like, oh, I'm looking for a relationship. I just feel like that puts so much pressure on the person across from you. It's just like, damn, if I don't measure up to that, then he's just like, fuck it, I'm out of here. And it's like, the argument can be made, like, why not give it time?
Yeah, let it happen organically.
Yeah.
I agree, but also when you get to a certain age, you already know what you want, regardless of.
If you say you don't know what you want, then you don't want a long-term relationship.
I mean, I want $1 million, but it's like, can you get it? Exactly.
Yeah, eventually. So, like, if you're on a date with somebody, if you're on date number 3 with somebody who hasn't made it obvious that they want to be in a relationship, and you are in.
Damn.
Okay, here's the thing. So I was seeing this guy.
Tough cookie over here.
I was seeing this guy for a month, a little over a month. I actually met him the first time I downloaded the dating app last year. Nothing ever came of it. We texted like for 3 days, whatever. I wasn't into it. Deleted the apps, moved to Nashville. Whole other story. Somehow our paths crossed on social media. We decided we were going to go on a date. We go on like multiple dates for multiple weeks, talk constantly. Like it was great, and everything seemed to me like, cool, this dude's really into me. Cooking me dinner.
Sounds like a keeper to me
It was
already.
great. Like, cool. Thank you. This is great. I
We need to hear from some of these
super
men
excited.
too, by the way. 'Cause it's always her side, his side of the truth.
Well, I know exactly why she said it there, but I mean, I was super excited about it. I was telling Jackie about it, and so all this stuff, and then he gets weird. We like everything kind of starts. He starts kind of falling off, and keep in mind, I'm turning into a very selective person when it comes to specific things, and I didn't put out right away, and he didn't like that.
Whoa,
And so the moment that happened,
My radar is no.
I don't think you know what you just
No. Let's stop right here.
I'm walking off set.
What does that mean? I didn't put out right away. Give me a.
third date. He expected it on the third date. Every man nowadays expects it on the third date. I'm not putting out on the third date. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You
What
expect
was
us to
context
try
matters?
outs?
Context matters. What was date number 1, date number 2, and date number 3?
Date number 1 was
And who?
Harry Potter bar. Date number 2,
Who paid?
Who
He
paid?
did.
He did?
he did.
How much was the tab?
We had 2 drinks, 4 hours
Each 2 drinks each.
total.
About $80, $90. All right.
80, no, like 45.
Yeah, I said about 40, 50. I said
Harry
about
Potter.
What part of town were you guys in?
We got Union Station. Why does this matter?
And everything matters.
Okay. All right. So date number 2.
Oh my god! I am already pissed off about this because you played that Kevin Samuels and they think you should put on after the date.
No.
It should get damn
No.
close.
I don't necessarily think that.
Yeah, but Dan read it.
No, but I said coochie credit does matter. It does. There is such
It is
thing.
the fact that it is expected after date number 3 is why I don't give out. I don't give it up on date number 3.
And how are your
because
outcomes been because of it?
I've weeded out the people who don't deserve me.
And who deserves it?
No one I've dated. They all suck.
Right. Okay. So what was the second date?
So second date was burgers. Third date was
You
soccer
made 'em?
game. No. So third date, I wouldn't even call it a date. It was with his brother and friend. We just soccer game. Fourth date, he cooked me dinner, which I already knew. I knew exactly what he was expecting. The third date wasn't really a date.
Right.
It's
Okay.
not a date.
So a soccer game?
How long did y'all hang out?
With like a group of people.
Group of people.
Okay,
That was
all
a
right.
date.
I give you that.
I say it counts a half day because he could have been doing anything else. But he was just
And
putting
you
up with
met
He
his
put up with
brother.
him.
I was a backup because his
You should have put out. I'm on your side.
Thank you.
Damn that. What was the fourth date? I gotta keep.
Third date,
It was third
third
date,
proper
second
date, he took me dinner.
And this
And
has
then-
been a
and then he
month.
expected
This has
it.
been a month in.
No, this was like 2 weeks.
They were on Sarah Chuck 4 times within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
How much were you guys communicating at that time? Like texting and FaceTime like all day? Just texting daily? Did you get the vibe like he was saying, like going on other dates?
No,
when you were-
absolutely
And
not.
you weren't either?
No.
And the reason you didn't put out was why? Just curious.
Because I was still getting to know him,
What else could you have known?
and my track record isn't great for putting out early. So why not? Why
4
not
dates?
early?
Okay, so I think that maybe 4 dates is
That
early.
was 3 days.
4 days is
3 days.
4 dates is
long.
early?
4 days is
Let
long.
me-
You just said I
let
have
me
to
ask you
give
this.
people chances, right? You just said that.
Right.
So I'm supposed to go on
So I
multiple
have to- so I
dates,
have to
multiple
sleep with
men, and I'm
someone
supposed to
on
sleep
the
with all
third
these people.
No.
I have to?
It
Or
shouldn't
I'm
necessarily
gonna
be
be
off the
still
table though.
No, I wouldn't say that at all.
You just said you're gonna put out on third
No,
date.
no, I
just
used
like-
to all the time. Not
Right.
all the time. That's all I was gonna say.
Hey, I told you I couldn't wait for this to get
Yeah, my favorite episode already.
Don't watch this. Don't watch this.
Can we post this tomorrow?
Oh God. Production crew get to work.
No. I had negative outcomes every time. Sure, it ended up in relationships that turned to shit. So, what was the point?
But just because the relationship turned to shit,
Because I
does
didn't get-
that mean
because
is that
he-
because you necessarily put out first in the
No,
relationship?
no, no, no. So once sex is involved, everything kind of goes out the window. So like in my experience,
Like what?
men stop trying to get to know you even more. My ex fiance knew nothing about me, nothing, because all he cared about was the sex after the third date. That's all it was about. I'm not gonna.
Did you feel like you would have a relationship after that?
No.
So to my point earlier, I'm sorry, I just had to call it back out. To my point earlier, women control control the sex. Men control who are in relationships.
Yeah. If a guy wants to be with you long term, he will wait more than 3 days.
Yes, exactly. 100%.
Okay, how long should the guy wait?
1,000,000%.
How long should the guy wait?
If he really likes you,
It
I mean, I would.
depends.
I don't know.
No, give me a number because you just said more than 3. That could be 100 days. That could be 4.
For a year, like, I don't know the girl that's gonna marry. I don't know if you want to get married. Like, I can't imagine what that would be like. But like, the guy that I will marry will be willing to wait, however, a month, 2 months,
Yeah.
whatever it is. We'll have that conversation about it. But they want me for so many more reasons than yes.
All right. So something you said around the guy that you want, right, is
Yeah.
going to wait however long you want to, and then
Not however, like we would agree on it, right? And
like going into it, you come into an agreement. What do you mean?
like we would talk about it. I don't have like a set like, oh, it's gonna be 3 months.
But you did though. You were saying it's not necessarily going to be day 3 or day 4.
It's gonna be when the time is right, but also I want him to get to know me.
Right. Now, question that I have about that, right? So, and this is after you guys have been on 4 outings with the Harry Potter bar.
And then we went on
That
4
was-
dates after that.
Right, there was dinner, there was a soccer game, and he cooked for you.
Why did you put out there?
I wasn't ready. I don't think he knew me enough.
Okay. What's the response? I got to play devil's advocate. What could he have known more about you that he didn't already know within the first 4 days? To make you say,
Plenty.
no, hold
Oh,
on.
sorry.
To make you say, okay, now I'm ready for intercourse.
Plenty. I mean, we've been the soccer game, 3rd date. No talking was done. That wasn't like a real thing. I knew a lot about his life. He didn't really. There's a lot of things about my life that I don't really talk about until later on. I had kind of a weird life. But I'm not gonna like sit and divulge all that information. It's just kind of silly because you don't know the person yet. So
Right.
we're still trying to get to know each other. And then I don't know. Like I don't even think he was at that point. Or even he knew that he couldn't remember if I lived in North Dakota or South Dakota. So like there's just kind of things that I needed him to be more aware of about me first. Like, okay, cool, he's actually paying attention, and then it's time. Because I've had really bad experiences in the past where I was with my ex for a year and a half, and I asked him at one point what was my degree in college, and he had couldn't tell me my mom's name. We were engaged. Keep in mind, we were engaged at this point. I'm a dumbass. I said yes, but
After that,
this was after I thought of you.
So, have there been examples to where you made a guy wait and it still didn't work out?
Yeah, every time.
Right. So you making my point. So it's not necessarily, it doesn't necessarily mean, oh, if I make him wait, then this is gonna go away.
No, not necessarily. But if they're not willing to wait at all, then why am I like, okay, cool, I dodged a bullet. They're obviously not the end of the world. I'm not.
like, why does it have to be second? Like, what is? It's a very like it's an important part of the relationship, but why is that such a big thing to happen so early on? You really don't know a person after 3 days, or 4 days, or 5 days. You don't know a person after 3 months.
Okay, well, if we want to go by that logic, you don't really know a person after 2 years.
Well,
Okay.
actually, science says after about 2 years, you really do start.
So you think Mr. Ray gonna walk in and he gonna wait 2 years?
No.
No.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure because I'm like, oh my God.
No, but like
With where we're at, like we know we want long-term relationships. So
anybody,
that is the last thing on my mind is like, are we compatible on literally every other level?
and does
Right.
it kind of scare the crap out of me that maybe they're gonna suck after I waste all this time? Yes, absolutely.
Couple points.
But,
No, I'm sorry. Let me go.
No, that's fine.
Go ahead.
but I'd much rather get to know them for who they are,
Mhm.
and then see if that's going to be an added bonus or if it's going to be really that bad.
I know you're itching, but I'm itching more.
No, you got it.
I had a chance to listen to Kristen Cavallari not too long ago, and it was a viral clip that went around. And, she's on Instagram, and she goes, "Hey, it wasn't until I got older where I realized like you could fuck a guy on the first date, or you can fuck him on the 10th date. If that guy's gonna be a piece of shit, he's gonna be a piece of shit. It
Yeah,
don't
that's
matter
true.
when you have sex with him." And I was like, "Damn, there's a lot of folks that need to hear that." So it's interesting from a guy's standpoint that like that always equals, oh, the longer I make him wait, the longer he's gonna be into me, the longer he's gonna be around. It's like, baby, That man want to be
You
around. He's
can
gonna be around.
weed out a lot of assholes up front. If they're not willing to wait, you
Yeah.
know that okay, we don't want this.
Yeah.
And you can make the same argument that you put up with an asshole longer because you waited. So you wasted more of your time.
Yeah,
by
but you
waiting.
know if he's willing to wait, you at least know like okay, he's not just here for sex.
He might be getting it from somebody else. Because I can say, yeah, I'll wait on you while I got 2 or 3 over here.
I mean,
Touche.
but if you're going on,
Hey, Lauren, like, can I get some cheers on that? Hey, red flag. Any
Only
dude,
because of personal experience.
most dudes that are worth they salt, and you tell them, hey, you gonna wait as long as I want you to. Okay, cool. I'll just get it from somebody else while I'm waiting on you.
that's not
Okay,
true.
but
That's absolutely
I don't think
not
I'm speaking for guys though.
Just speaking for guys like you.
But is that like how
What does
common
that
is that?
mean?
How common is
You
that?
waited. You wouldn't, right?
I waited,
Can we
yeah.
get,
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
You didn't wait
So-
10 months.
no, I'm not saying it's
Yeah,
10 months.
I
It's like you are having a conversation about it, and if a guy is truly interested in you as a person, he will be willing to. And if he's not, then he's not for you.
And that was point number 2, because I think a lot of times, like we, in society, like we tend to hold things at like a higher value. The other things are like we look at like the issue of sex. So I'm going to mention you had said like I know I want a long-term relationship. I'm going to wait. Well, this is just me, and you know you love the analogies. Think about when I go to a car dealership and I want a car. Most reasonable amount of people when they go to a car dealership, they want something that lasts for a long time. How long were you going to talk to the salesman before you test drive the car?
I hate this analogy.
But
But I
what's
get
the,
it.
right.
Yeah, but okay, but we have to test drive so many things. Do we get along? Do we have the same political views? Do we have the same religious
No, in the
views?
car
Or
dealership
do
example.
our personalities match? Yeah, but this is I'm not buying a car. You're not with the car for the next 60 years.
Right.
You're with your person for the next 60 years. It's not like I get what you're saying. And yes, to your you don't want terrible sex, but I'd also don't want to be with a terrible person.
Exactly.
Right.
I could
I'm gonna
live with-
wait.
I could live with okay sex if I'm with a fantastic
Yes.
human being. Like
So it just sounds like sex is a bigger priority to you maybe than it is to me.
Right, and it's not necessarily that. It's that I just have an issue where, like, when you immediately go into it,
And men are sexual beings.
and not you singular, but like plural, and everybody like, oh yeah, this is absolutely off the table. It's like, how do you know that? And back to your example, you was like, oh, I want to make sure we align on. What were those examples again?
Religion, politics. Do we want family? Do we both want families? How would you raise the kids? How would you parent? Yeah. Like, what's important to you in life? What are your goals? What are your hobbies? What do you want to do with your life?
do you still live with your parents?
And I guess maybe I'm different in that regard because those are the typical things that I talk about the first, second date.
Yeah,
They
absolutely.
are, but you can. Everyone is like putting on a show when you go on the first date. You're not your real self on the first, second, third date. You become like your weird, quirky self. Like you are.
Right. So in this example, people can see why I think the way I do. 'Cause I'm an open book. I tell you anything you want to know.
Okay, but you even said like when we started this, you said I sit down. I don't know what I want out of the date. Right? You're like I don't know. But like when I sit down with it, I know my goal is a long-term relationship. You don't have that goal, therefore, long-term relationship is not your goal. Right?
No, I never
So-
said I didn't have the goal. Is that I don't know until I.
Well, you don't know what that person, but like on the dating app that says, "Are you like what are you looking for? Short-term relationship, long-term?" Like there are 40-year-old dudes that say unsure. I'm like, what are you unsure of? Like if you're unsure, it means that you don't want to long.
Are y'all starting right on these guys?
No, like
Oh, okay.
no, and so that's the other thing. Like I maybe would have slept with somebody earlier on 3 years ago, but now I'm 33 and I'm like, okay, if I want to get married and have kids, I do have to take it more seriously. So I'm
Right.
going to weed out the people who are just wanting.
What are the age ranges of guys that y'all are looking for?
30 and above.
30 and above?
30 to 38. It turns out. So one thing I've had to really adapt to is the fact that like most of these people have been married before. I have children. So that used to be. You haven't?
You're getting ready to.
I did date somebody who was divorced.
So like divorce, okay, super common, but a couple of these people have had kids and like failed to mention it.
And would you say most of them, not the example we're talking about backstage, would you say most of them are like financially stable?
Yes, most.
Okay, I got a point on my Robin too. I'll let you finish.
50-50.
So not much. When you say financially stable, like does that mean they have decent retirement put away, they can pay for all their bills and fund their lifestyle? Is that generally financially stable, or are we talking about
Yes.
something that would
I
be your
mean,
definition?
Well, my definition would be, and this is like super like double standard. I don't own a home, but like a man who owns a home, especially in your late 30s, kind of.
That's financially
Yeah,
stable. Okay,
that's
what would you say
financially
financially stable?
At or better than where I am at.
Yes.
Okay. And the reason why I ask these questions the way I do is just like now we get to a certain point because that's and how old? 30 or older?
Ideally, somebody older than me.
Yeah, I'm pretty much at like 33.
And then ideally, in a perfect world scenario, someone that hasn't been married before and doesn't have any kids, you have to give it back. Right. If we're like making Mr. Right. So here's the issue: is that those guys know that they're in a premium. And so 90-95% of those guys, when they hear this, they're like, I got better wait on you. Because what's the alternative? You gonna go get somebody that ain't?
See, that's the problem.
Right. So what's the solution?
That's why I hate dating apps.
Right, so what's the solution? Well,
I don't know.
I just meant in general though.
Well, I don't really know. So here's the thing. I don't think most people are meeting people organically. Everybody's on the dating app. I'm not kidding you. The moment I downloaded that dating app, I saw so many people that I know who have girlfriends right now, or the dude that I was seeing for over a month. Who he was there. The only reason I knew he was there was because there's a stupid Facebook page that I don't know why I'm a part of, and he popped up on the Facebook page, and people were asking about him. And I was like, oh, cool, glad to see he's still on there. But like, I think dating is completely ruined. I'm hopeful. I'm eternally optimistic that I'm going to meet a person, but dating apps, social media, all that stuff. Exactly what you just said to prove your point. I'm not going to wait on this person. There's going to be another person out there for me. So the grass is always greener. I just don't think dating is like, I don't know. Dating apps have completely ruined.
Dating apps are like so tried. Why are we still on them?
I'm not.
Oh, you're not? Okay.
No.
Well, I'm just like, what do I have to lose? Like,
Just hope you hit the
But don't you
lottery one day
see
or
the
something.
same guys like all the time?
yeah. But so like, I'm not on like, I have it open, but I have 100 people that I could swipe on right now.
Yeah.
But I'm not like sitting on there.
And and the algorithm too. Like they purposefully show you the same person multiple times that you've swiped.
I think it's like a qualification thing.
Well, no, they do that because they know that you're going to be like, okay, well, I've hit the bottom of the barrel. It can't get much worse than this. All right, well, I've seen him before, but he's better than everybody else. Okay.
I don't do that. I'm like, okay, we're done.
Yeah, that's exactly why I believe
I have
it.
heard that they changed the algorithm over the last couple of years, and I don't know if it's true or not. Like, it shows you like people. This sounds so bad.
No, like, go ahead and say
them
it.
like look down from you, and then like in the what is it called on Hinge, the standouts, and
When
you
give a
like where you
rose to
have to
folks.
like pay extra to do it because it's a business, right? So if you are meeting somebody and it's working out, they're not making money because they're eventually going to get
100%.
So they need.
They don't actually want you to permanently be trapped. They want you to be downloaded over and again. My best friend downloads. Sorry, Paige. She's probably downloaded. She's never gone on a date because like all she does is swipe, and she's like, ugh, this is such a waste of my time. So she'll delete it, and then she gets bored, and she'll like, I'll see if somebody else is out there, and it's all the same. It's all the same guys.
So the exes that you had mentioned and the people that you had been involved with before, you said they are like dating someone now? Most of them?
So all of my actual ex-boyfriends I've never met. I've always met all of my exes. My last situationship, I slid into his DMs. And like none of them. Oh, and then like the month guy, I met him on a dating app once a year ago. Nothing came of it. Somehow social media was like, hey, a year later, maybe y'all should meet. But that wasn't on the dating app either. I kind of ghosted him.
Juxtapose, your favorite word here. So for the women who do say that, you can find a successful relationship on dating apps, because there has to be there's a difference in opinion, right?
Who is saying that?
Yeah.
we have.
I mean, I know people who have
Like recently.
So the question, as of this week.
But like, how long has she been dating the person? Like they met 3 years ago on the apps, and then or that she met
A couple months ago, and they've been in a relationship since.
and I mean, obviously it happens, right? It's a numbers game.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
And so, I guess for me, I'm curious around like what are the qualifications of the man that we're looking for, right? Because there's a bunch of people on the app, and that's why we always think about like you said, it'll show you like people like a step below you. Like, what does that mean? Because we have to define things.
I'll say it.
What does that mean? You love it.
You need to hide
yeah,
now.
let's say a 5. Okay, it shows you people who are a 4, and then the standard.
Well, we've arrived. So society, and correct me if I'm wrong, like a lot of times, like kind of the car dealership, you didn't appreciate the announcement, but I know you did. And she didn't ask the question. I
Yes,
said,
I did.
how long would you talk to the dealer before you test it?
But test drive the same day. Corey, I'm not.
Anyways,
I'm not gonna have that car for my entire life. I don't have to go to bed with that car.
anyways, what were we juxtaposing here
That's
after?
the most traditional.
What were we juxtaposing here after I went there?
That's why I love you so stupid.
Where was like when after I went there? I talked over myself.
Like you said, juxtapose.
Oh, where they meet? Like, say that like people are saying that they can meet people on these apps, and it's working out.
Oh yeah, so
Oh,
qualifications.
right.
Oh yeah, I know exactly
Yeah.
where I'm at now. Okay, so you said you may be a checking skill, right? You may be at a 5, you may be at a 4. Now, generally speaking, society has told us that as a man, the more that you're able to provide financially and with your resources, that's attractive. Right? So I feel like men are judged on a different scale than women. As a society, we judge women on how you look. Right? And again, I'm not saying that's necessarily right, but generally speaking,
Agreed.
that's how we judge him. So, he could be a 4, let's say he was twice your financial level. Is that not higher than a 4?
Depends on if he's missing.
3 times your financial level. And he had no teeth.
If a guy was making my big thing, like I can't even say this. I make good money. A guy's gonna have to make a lot of money to make more money than me. So you're like your Kevin Samuels thing was like 100K was the bar for
It was
high
just an
quality
example.
man.
Yeah, it was
right?
just an example.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm fishing in a small pond, and I know that. But I would rather be by myself than with somebody who I don't.
Oh,
Or
so
I feel like I'm
settling, I guess.
settling. Yeah.
Right. So you've accepted it that could realistically be a possibility.
Yes.
And next time, would you be with a man that makes less than you?
Yes. He would have to be like very passionate about it.
And also be very passionate about you. My ex, I was the breadwinner in my last relationship. That did not do any good. So, I will not be dating anybody who makes less money than I do.
Yeah. People like 10 grand less.
Oh, if they were that close, yes.
Yeah, because he's a promotion away.
Well,
from
she
making
just
more.
said less. Well, okay. Let's just say you make. Let's just say you make 100K. You wouldn't date anybody that's making, I'll just say 70.
I would. I think that those are close enough.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
We're realistic over here.
I would say if you're 25%, 25% of where I'm at, I'll take it.
Okay.
I think my ex he made 25 less than
So you just lied on the show.
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
She's
this
saying
is
now.
the one.
Oh, she's saying now. Okay,
Yeah.
just making sure.
And he held that over my head. The whole like, okay, well, you make all the money. I'm not going to spend all this money. You have to buy all this stuff. Because he bought the house. I paid for all the renovations. I bought like all the dinners. I was the man in the relationship, and I will never do that again.
It just brings in a different dynamic.
Yeah.
When
I'm very traditional. I believe in a traditional male-female husband-wife relationship, and that shouldn't I'm okay on my own, but I would like to be with a man. You know what I mean? I don't need a man, but I would if I'm with a man. I would like him.
Are you a traditional in the sense that like you wouldn't necessarily slide into a situation where a guy like already had kids of his own?
But like that doesn't bother me. If we connect and he doesn't want me to meet the kid now.
Because he had to get to know you more before he had
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's strange. But yeah, if we mesh well and he thinks that I'm a good example example for his child and someone that he wants to be around, sure, absolutely. I'm not traditional in the sense that I won't be with a man who has never been with a man.
Right.
But I'm traditional in the sense that I think that the man should be the provider. Yeah.
We just hear that a lot, traditional here. And I know that everybody has their own definition of it. So
Yeah.
like, I ask people,
Right, right now.
you are good.
Right.
So that's a good segue, right? Because I know you said you have like 100 matches right now in Cuba, right? And then you said you're permanently temporary off.
Oh, why you have
Oh no, I'm not.
Are we getting there?
100.
Oh,
Okay.
shit,
All right. I
we
was gonna
getting
say,
there.
God dang.
So I'm assuming, like at face value, right? Those 100, like you are attracted to them physically, right? There's something.
I haven't even looked. No, it's not like I have a match with that. You
Oh.
know how it's like.
Oh, the likes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Like-
you have 100 people there that you can swipe on if you like. You can match with them.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so let's assume they were in your people.
Okay.
Not necessarily 100. Let's assume you had 10 guys.
Good. I'd be elated if I had 100 people that I matched with. I was excited about.
Yeah, because the pond is so small.
Yeah.
I got you go. But hey. Anyways, well, we ended that damn thing up. So, what are like the green, red, and beige flags that you can tell within a profile?
Oh man.
Green flag says looking for a long-term relationship.
Well, 6'1", if he had in there, would be a green flag too. Met up 5'8". Okay,
Yeah.
I'll just back it.
I'm like really not that like I want somebody who's taller than me, but I would not be hard if they were like 5'8". But
Right.
I would still, if they were like everything else was good, I would swipe on them.
What if you're taller than him in heels?
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. What are the flags? If they took time to like actually fill out the profile, and like were intentional about what the prompts were and what the responses were. Red flag would be like super sarcastic on it, like didn't take it seriously, because then I just know like this isn't serious to you.
Interesting.
Right? That's fair.
No, it is fair. We just always hear. It's just like as a dude, we just always hear different opinions from a girl. Like some girls like, oh, I don't want a guy that like takes this too seriously because it's like it's a dating app. Like he's taking this too seriously. Like, that's a girl. But
There's a fine line.
Yeah, and I'm not
Like,
arguing
it
with
doesn't,
you at
yeah,
all.
it doesn't
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
be like it doesn't have to be like punctuation and like right, but it's like you put some effort into it. It can still definitely be funny, but like also thought provoking. Like you gave me something that I can reply to. Like you started a conversation. It wasn't just like one word answers. So you took some time. Photos, I'm sure.
So when you were already
Shirtless photos, no, that's a big red flag.
Especially shirtless selfie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Shirtless photos. He's in Mexico with his boys in the cabana. That's a red flag.
No,
That's
that
not a
wouldn't
red
be a
flag.
red flag.
No,
Oh, okay.
but
Because you're hanging out in a group, like
Yeah.
like gym selfie.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, God forbid somebody go on vacation and it's hot
No,
outside.
it's like
Okay.
a gym selfie.
All right.
I can't say nay to the gym selfie because that's like that's all I put one on my profile.
Yeah, I was about to say you
But that's
hypocrite.
That's like big for me. That's really big for me because physical fitness. I mean, you take care of yourself. That's. But it
So
has
no
to be
dad
But like you
bod.
don't have to be showing your abs. You don't have to show
Yeah.
like you can have a tank top on and I can still tell that you're in shape. We had on a basketball court. I still tell that you're
a
in
lot of
shape.
men have nice shoulders and really.
Would they not show that he cares about
Bad
something though? Like if he
Yeah, himself. He cares about himself and his
No,
abs.
damn, if he don't
It
care
would have
about
to
you,
be-
if he don't care about himself, how you gonna care about
If it
you?
were-
exactly.
if
You gotta
it
love
were
yourself.
like
I
You
gotta
love
feel my
somebody
cup
else.
before
You
I
can
feel
just tell,
somebody
like,
else.
you can tell if it was like I'm into myself.
Yeah, like a selfie. Like
Yeah.
that. I know what you're talking about. Like I've seen the cringy.
But like we get it. You have abs. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything else going on?
But are you actively working out in your picture? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of people who have actual taken of them while they're lifting.
Mm.
Cool. I'm a super douche and I put a gym selfie.
Self-awareness is so sexy. I'm glad you Hey, yeah. Better you
I
realize
post a lot of douchey gym selfies.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm proud of it. But I think it's weird when men take selfies. I think that's very strange.
Cats are red flag.
The fish photos, the unsolicited fish pics drive me
a
bonkers.
fish.
Oh, I don't see that doesn't bother me.
Like a goldfish?
Why?
Like it'll be guys fishing holding up like.
Oh.
Yeah, that's that Wisconsin
But
shit.
girls hate it, but I'm like, if that's his hobby, I think you should. put it
Okay,
on the date.
you're
Most
right.
girls in the South love that though. Most white girls in the South love that.
Picture though, it's so strange. Okay, but that's
But then you know what you're gonna. You're like, oh,
That's
this
true.
man is gonna be fishing
He
every
really likes
Saturday and
fish.
Sunday.
But it also doesn't really like if that's all you're talking about, then
Well,
Okay.
fishing kind of teaches you patience, and it sounds like y'all need to have that a little bit. So,
Nah.
Oh, okay, so what's a beige flag? Meaning, like, you can't really tell. Like, I would give it a chance, but I don't know. And what kind
Kids
of?
in the pictures, because I'm like, unless
Yeah.
it's very clear whether or not it's their kid or niece or nephew.
Yeah.
It's like you're good with kids,
Another-
but I don't know if this is your kid.
Another. Like, let's see.
So you're at the point where like you would accept a guy with kids.
It would be hard. It would depend on how old they are and what's the situation.
Yeah, that's what I've.
So would it be an instant no on him? So?
Everything else would have to be like,
Right, because you would know the baby mama situation.
Correct,
And all
yeah,
that stuff. It's
yeah.
like, look,
yeah, maybe I'm desperate
yeah,
for
what I'll
something, or I'm bored. I'm not going to have anybody else to talk to.
what I'll say about that is, like, personally, like if I see a kid, I'm like, hell no, I don't have anything to do with that. But one thing we all got to realize, we getting on up there in age.
Exactly,
And so that's just something we got to keep in mind. Because I have a homeboy right now. He said it all the time. I'm not gonna be with the girl with the kid. I'm not. Now he's married to a girl and she has a kid.
Yeah.
And not only is she a kid, he's a teenager.
Mhm.
And so we just.
I thought you meant the girls and teenagers.
No.
You were talking about that.
Illegal.
Yeah, he on the Epstein list. Wait on that to drop any minute. Come on.
But that's just something we have to realize though. As we're getting up there in age, so
People say, okay, we're going to have third age. We're 33. My grandma's turning 100. Like, I'm
The kids
fine,
are-
right? No, but I'm like, everyone's like, we're getting up there in age. Like, yeah, we are. The average age that people are getting married is significantly later. So, like, there are still plenty of singles
Do you want
at our
kids?
age. TBD.
Okay, so that makes sense.
yeah, I was like,
Okay, is that
wow,
TBD? Is that TBD because you get up there in age, or just TBD?
No, like, I love my lifestyle right now. I can't imagine having kids.
Yeah.
But also, maybe if they're the right person.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I think that's why I'm more open to men with who already have children because I want kids of my own, but also I don't have a lot of pushing kids on my body, so that's kind of for me.
Yeah.
Oh, if I'm having kids, I want them to be mine.
And I say your family probably doing you a disservice though by not testing. I don't know like how much you're stressing though because what geriatric pregnancy says average age
I mean,
is
they call
35.
it 35. I know.
They call it they call it a
I think
science code.
30 plus is geriatric.
No, it's 30. I'm almost
They call it the what?
35.
Geriatric pregnancy.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, where you can start to have kind of complications with it.
Yeah.
So I think that's what the science is.
No.
No.
Not number that I made up.
No, I know that.
They
Oh,
chose
okay.
that.
No, that doesn't scare me. But my other point was like, there's 7 or 8 billion people in the world. Like, I'm looking for one person. So people say that, and I get it, but like, doesn't scare me. Once again, I'll rather be by myself than be with somebody that I don't want to be with or isn't like perfect or whatever.
Yeah. Good.
But not everybody is like that.
True, most people aren't. And so that's why I don't have like too much of a rebuttal because a lot of times people say, "Oh, like I'm looking for this, this, and this, and this." And I'm like, "Are you telling for being alone?" Well, no. It's like maybe at some point you got to pick something.
But I look at like
Right.
a lot of the couples that are together now. Are they happy?
No, they'd rather be alone.
Yeah. So I'm like,
I
There's
love
a lot of single people
I
drinking
love
alone at night
being
too.
alone. Well, I'm not.
No, I'm just saying.
I go to bed at 9:20 every night, and I sleep like a freaking baby till 5.
That's past your bed.
You're welcome.
All right, so now one has to ask the question, right? Well, like I said, we've had women come in and sit in the seat and talk about that they've had success within the apps, and then right, like you guys that you really haven't had similar success there. Has there ever been a point where, and again, this isn't like a personal thing.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a point where like you guys look at marriage and damn, maybe I'm the problem?
Oh yeah.
What? Yeah.
I've been I'm the common denominator in all of my relationships. So like, I had to deal with some self-reflection.
Like it's all been your fault? You think?
No, but I mean, I definitely contributed to a lot of the reasons why the relationship. I can't place all the blame on the other person, but I did a lot of self-reflection and a lot of introspection. So now, and that's why I know now exactly what I want and what I deserve, and I'd much rather be alone. I'm very happy alone, but not in like a narcissistic, selfish way, in like a
Sure.
Yeah, I am. But it's I don't know. That's why it's so difficult for me to be like, okay, yeah, I think you're right, because there's a lot of just 4 guys I've gone on dates with in the last 2 months, and only one of them I thought was like there's potential here, and there wasn't, and whatever. I love you, but I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. Because I forgot what I was talking about.
No, I'm just saying, like, you like look in the mirror and realize that, like, oh, maybe I'm not right.
Oh, yeah. A lot. Sometimes.
And then, are there certain things about yourself that, like, maybe you think, okay, like, if I had a chance to do something with somebody, like, I would change?
No, because I am very authentic. I am from the get. If that person doesn't like me for who I am, then. But I would never change. No, I'm not like a big woulda, shoulda, coulda gal. I'm just a learn from it and move on.
But learn
guess
from
that
it,
really
move on, and
yeah.
do something different?
No, learn from the kind of person that I chose. So like obviously they weren't the right fit. Why? Because I'm very, like I said, I'm very authentically me. I know that there's some things that I'm not going to mesh well with somebody else on, like politics. I talk politics a lot.
Yeah.
If we don't have the same views on politics, that's okay. But I'm gonna talk about it, and if you can't handle that, then probably not meant to be, and that's okay. But I'm not gonna stifle myself and like lower my standards and my expectations just because I'm desperate to be with somebody else. Does that make sense?
Yeah, there's those. Okay. You itching again?
No, my that was very well explained.
Yeah, I got you. Right. No
I
cross-examination.
think I know there's a lot wrong with me. Like, where do I start? You learn so much from every person that you go on a date with, right? Like my sister's like, you're so aggressive and outspoken at work, but you won't have that same energy with the guys. So we talked about earlier how I won't say how I'm feeling. I won't bring up my feelings first. Like, you have to tell me you like me. I'm not telling you like I like you first.
Why?
That kind of stuff. Because we're afraid. I'm afraid.
Why?
Because I don't want to get
But
hurt.
what
Well, so
does
you
that-
mentioned,
so what do you
within
have
your
to
work,
do?
within your professional realm, as
Because it's
successful as you
professional.
are.
I'm like, oh, if you don't want to work with me, it's like you already have another under, or it's not me. It's you don't like my products that I'm selling, or whatever, right? You don't like my right. But in dating, it's you don't like me. Like
Right.
it's something with me.
But also the
But-
professional realm contributes to your livelihood. So can you make the argument that that's impactful? That's more impactful?
Like,
You couldn't make the argument. You couldn't make the argument.
Saying that, like for me, it's easier to justify. Oh, it's not me that you didn't like. It's you didn't like something about work.
Okay, but
And
so
dating is like you don't like me as a person.
no. See, that's
Love
where I disagree.
Mhm.
Because first of all, you should want to know that.
I don't know what.
If they,
I mean, I agree.
Yeah.
Like I would
But
give advice
also,
to my friends that
I
I
don't
don't
think
take
that
myself.
I don't think that
You just, hey, do as I say, don't do as I do.
you as a person. I think it has to do with you're not what they're looking for, and that's a them problem, and that's okay. Just like
Yes.
if I meet somebody that I'm not attracted to or that it doesn't check every box, that's a me problem. It's
But
not
like
them.
logically, I know that.
Yeah.
But in my emotion, I'm like, you can't tell me you like him. What if he doesn't like you back?
It's a slippery slope though, because if you go on 10 job interviews, you don't get the job, and then you come back and say, "Oh, well, they just didn't like me." That's like, yeah, well, what about you? Did they like though? It ain't everybody's fault. Not saying that that's the case though, but that's another school of thought.
Well, it's like I've like from the dating apps, I was in 2 like actual relationships where we actually said we're not dating anybody. And then the other ones, like it was like the gym person I talked about. Like why did I allow this to drag out for 8 months, however long it was? Because I'm not willing to have that conversation. And like I need to cut it off sooner if I really like now 3 years down the road, I'm like, I know I want a long-term relationship, so I have to put up what am I looking for, and if you aren't it, then I need to. Yeah. So like I definitely have reflected like, oh, I let that drag too long. Like I should have said something. Fair? Is that good?
No, it is fair. I don't know. You still itching? No. You know? Because I'm still coming back to right, like, so not the apps, not necessarily like approach guys. You did say you would be comfortable.
I want a guy to approach me.
Yeah.
With the apps, I think my sisters would say that I need to be willing to go on more dates with people that I'm not like
My sisters were very vocal about her.
amazingly attracted to. Like, I think physical
Mhm.
appearance is so important. They're like, maybe you date a guy who's a little bit less attractive, but like checks all the other boxes. Like, I would love to do that, but like, if I'm not excited to look at you,
Right, because
Like,
that's the
like-
area that we're moving
Yeah,
into
yeah,
now.
they're like, so they're like, you just need to be open to, like, kind of to your point. Like, you need to be open to people who don't check every box. Like, I was having the conversation, like, I had a sheet of paper of like everything that I wanted, and I have friends who are like in their mid-40s, like Jackie. You gotta cut that down. They're like, you get 2 commas. Like, you get 3 words, and that is it. And I'm
Yep.
like, 3 words? That's ridiculous. So I'm like, I need to be more open to giving people chances. And like, maybe I need to go on 3 dates
Mhm.
instead of.
Let me ask you guys this. So you said you've been on a couple dates for the past couple days. You don't go on many dates. Would it be, this is, okay, so you're swiping right on Hinge, Tinder, whatever the hell it is, and you're going on all these dates. Would it be different if guys were doing the same thing, in y'all's opinion? Because y'all have so many check boxes and stuff of that nature. So he's telling you like, oh yeah, it's your first date, like, oh yeah, I'm casually dating around. I went on 2 dates this week already, and I got one later on this week. Would that deter you from him at all in any way?
No,
Great question.
not because it's kind of expected at that point.
I would like that he was honest.
Yeah. It also would have to. It would depend on, like, after the first date. It depends on how the first date goes. If the first date is like killer, then like I wouldn't really expect him to be all in. But like, maybe we like don't touch Hinge for a couple days, or maybe I don't know, like, because I didn't do that. I went on one date with that guy, and I was like, okay, he's really cool. Then I was talking to 2 other guys, but I was like, I'm not really interested. This guy seems really cool, and I deleted the app. Already had the other 2 guys' numbers, and then after that second date, it got weird, and so I texted one of the other guys, and but I wasn't texting them during. But I don't expect men to do that initially, like right off the bat, when you meet from a date. But I don't know why.
It is expected that you're going on multiple dates. I wouldn't necessarily, you don't have to flat out tell me that you're going on other dates. Once you've gone on a couple and I feel like, oh, we're talking
This is
every
going
day,
somewhere.
whatever, then you maybe have
Yeah.
Well, see, I'm itching again, and here's why. So it's expected
Mhm.
that, like, on the first date, the guy's probably going on dates with a girl.
Yeah.
Does that mean he's not seriously looking for a relationship with you, or that means
No,
he's casually looking?
No, but he's not casual. Like,
No.
you
Because you can argue both ways.
Well, I think after a first date, you don't know.
Yeah.
So
Hold on.
That's not. I listen very well. That's not what we said.
No, I think if I go on a date with you, I am fully expecting that you're probably talking to other people. We went on one date together. We met on the dating app. I know you're on the dating app. I know you're swiping. Like, it's cool. I don't want to know about it, but I'm just going to assume that you're going on other dates. We go on multiple dates. We go on 2, 3, 4 dates. We're talking every day. Then I would maybe assume that you're not going on other dates, but I don't know. And if you told me that you were going,
download Hinge
Yeah.
from a fake
Well, no.
profile.
no, it wasn't fake profile. It was my legit profile. Just but if the guy told me, hey, just so you know, I'm still going on other dates, then I would evaluate, like, where am I at? Am I really invested in this?
But you're not going to ask you personally.
I'm not going to ask
would-
him, are you going on?
I would always have the conversation. Okay, what are we doing? Where are we going? That's exactly how.
When? How soon?
Okay, so first I will. So
Is this after sex or before?
Alright.
in recent experiences, we didn't even make it in sex, but so. But I'm always gonna be the person who's like, okay, and this is not like first, second, third date, but it's after 3.5 weeks with Andrew, I was like, I told him, I was like, okay, first of all, you're really hard to read, which red flag number 1 right there, but you're really difficult to read.
No,
Could
that's
just
not
be shy. Like,
Which, and he's kind of
Yeah, that's a
complicated.
beige. You don't
Like,
know.
He's legitimately like I'm not gonna say what I was just about to say, but he's an odd dude, very odd. So it was like a valid question, very hard to read. I told him exactly how I feel and where I was at, and then his response was, "Thank you so much for being open and honest about that." And I was like, "Okay, that's it." And then 2 weeks, like 2
Wait,
weeks
that was
later,
how we're in?
that was 3.5 weeks later. And we
Maybe
had
a little
already
too soon.
talked about, like I wasn't telling him I wanted to marry him. I was just letting him know, like, by the way,
That's
like,
probably what he heard.
That's,
but this was,
so 3.5 weeks in, we had the what are we, where are we going?
No. This was a 3.5 weeks in was, hey, I wish I didn't believe in high school. It was really good.
But you guys had hung out a lot.
We had hung out a ton. Like, I mean, it was constant. And, but I didn't do it. But I wanted to let him know exactly, like, where I was at that moment in time. Not like, I want to have your babies, let's get married tomorrow, but like, hey, just so you know, like, I'm very into you and I'm really excited to see where this is going.
Right.
That's literally it. 2 weeks later, I told him, this was at like right after Thanksgiving. I was like, okay, well, we're gonna circle back to the whole "you're really hard to read" thing, and I need to know, are you like, what are you looking for here? Are you want to like pursue something more serious with me? Are you keeping your options open? And that's when he rebutted with a really roundabout way of saying, I'm just not going to do it.
But that's what we want, right?
That's what I want. I want to know that.
But here's the thing right here. Dude, I get knowing what we want and we have certain intentions, because you said you want to be in a relationship, long-term relationship,
Yeah.
get married, have kids, all that good stuff, right? For guys, we're at a slower pace than women. And so it doesn't necessarily mean that we don't, just because we don't want things when you guys want it, doesn't mean we don't check all the boxes. And this is what I mean. I was talking to this girl one time. Thank God I dodged that bullet. But at first, I really liked her. Really cool Midwestern girl.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, love Midwestern. Well, love Southern girls now.
Keep
But so anyway, she was real cool. About a month, and I'm pretty sure I had the conversation like, hey, like I really like her, like I fuck with her, blah blah blah. But a month in, she was basically ready to date me or to be my girlfriend or whatnot. And it's just the way she approached it. She almost came off a little bit too desperate, and like she would just take anybody. And not saying that you will take any, because obviously you didn't list all the boxes that's got to be checked you as well. But you can come off too desperate, and guys will run from that because like, damn, like she just gonna date any fucking body out here, and it just scares guys away. So so I guess what I'm really trying to say, just we may have to be a little bit more patient on, or we have to wait or watch how we deliver what we say.
Okay, so how far in do you think that conversation?
Well, let me start with this first. What I would have said if I were you, if I was a female, and I was saying it to this guy, I would have asked I would have asked him like, hey, like, hold on, tell me what you said to him again. I'm sorry.
You're hard to read.
I said,
You're hard to read.
so I started with like conversation, and I said, are you?
This was text message?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. The dude
I would've
doesn't.
done it in
The
person.
dude
Yeah, this in
doesn't.
person.
I wanted to. I was going to, but I was like, you know what?
Couldn't help himself.
Well,
I had to get it out right. I want what I want, and I want it now.
he's such a weird dude that it was like there was no like good time to do
Of
it.
course, the man's
There
always
was
in
no.
phone.
He was so weird and like not like a. He's a good human being, great human being,
We believe.
good dude. But there was never. I mean, to be honest, I kind of dodged it. Kind of a big deal, but nice guy.
So basically, this is where I'm at. Like, I want to be with you.
Oh no! I said, are you looking to pursue something more serious with me? Are you keeping your options open? Just trying to figure out where you're at.
Okay.
And he said, I've been racking my brain trying to figure out something like this. Trying to figure out what our future might be looking like. And I just don't think that I am as into this as I need to be. And I was like, okay.
This happened all in one conversation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I said, okay, that's good. Well, it's nice knowing you. Maybe I'll see you around. And then he led me again.
I don't know what to tell you then.
Yeah. Was that bad?
I don't think I would have approached it like that.
Okay, how should I have
But
done
you said it was 3 weeks in?
No, that was like a month and a half.
Okay, That's still kind of.
Oh, add 2 weeks. Add 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay, so 2 months?
Still,
Well, okay,
I just didn't want to
my
waste
thing
my
is like you are saying that he was boring, right?
Yeah.
So like
I was
maybe
kind
you
of
were
finding a
rushing.
reason. No, I was kind of finding like, oh my god,
You're getting desperate.
no.
sure.
No, because we had so much in common. That's like
But you were bummed when he said no.
I was bummed. I was definitely bummed. But then I reminded myself that it was kind of
Yeah, but so maybe you were rushing.
Here's what I say. It's tough.
If you think
he was
if
the one
you
who
think-
was like,
but if you were
Let's go
like,
on
are
another
we gonna
date.
be
Let's go on another
you know, basically asking are we gonna be exclusive or not? And now you're saying he was boring.
Yeah, with the month end, I think that's like too very like
That's
you should have
too
let let it
Chill
play
it.
out a little bit, and then I would even give you a
but
2 month mark.
this was like after he started getting married. He was like falling off.
Oh,
not
and then you
talking
asked him
as
out?
much. Well, I was trying to get an honest answer.
Oh.
I think
She's
he planned-
baffled over here.
I think he planned
if he think else, I'm just
Everybody's going about this all wrong.
Okay.
And here's one.
oh, Corey the dating expert. Let's hear it.
It's tough to put an amount of time on it because it all depends. We know people who go to the gym for 2 hours and ain't done shit, and folks been there for 30 minutes and had to work out in a week. So it's tough to say, oh, a month and a half in. What did you do within the time? Because you could say, and this is extreme, month and a half is roughly.
Can we take 6 out of this?
That's fine.
Okay.
Month and a half is roughly 45 days, right? Let's say, God forbid, y'all hung out every other day. That's 3 weeks
At one
straight.
point, it was almost every other
Right, that's 3 weeks straight of hanging out.
Yeah.
And y'all are spending 3, 4, 5 hours with each other. That's a significant amount of time. You would a person would reasonably know if that's what you want.
Yeah.
Versus 1 day a week. That's only 6 times that you hung out within a month and a half. So that's what I'm saying. It just depends on how much time was put into it, not necessarily the length of time.
I still think when you're first starting the relationship, not relationship, but talking anything, I do think it matters with the length of time because you still, no matter how much you're still getting to know about them within the time in between whatever the length of time or whatnot. But it's
Why?
So here's
Why?
the thing.
Why? I'm gonna challenge him. Why?
why?
Why? Why? Because society said this.
No,
why?
this is what Ron Johnson is saying.
Okay, why?
Just
Because basically what you said is bullshit.
it's not.
Why?
It's not because it's still because you have those moments. Not everybody's an open book as you, all right. And me, for example, I'm shy for a couple of days to a week. That's just who I am. And then I kind of like start opening up a little more. Then I open up a little more, and then I open up a little more.
Right.
So with me opening up a little more each time we hang out or each week that we hang out, you're still learning more about me. And then as I'm opening up, hopefully that person is opening up as well. And so it really isn't a need to rush in between that time. Am I making sense with what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or whatnot?
But you're contradicting his point.
Right, because relatively correct. It's still about how much time you put in each one of those, right? Because you may be a lot slower to open up. But if y'all hanging out every other day for a month and a half.
Okay, but let's just say this is the first week we hanging out. Like me personally, I can still be nervous like that the whole fucking week. That's what I'm saying. And then the next week I may do just a tad bit better. The next week I may be, yeah. I'm not saying this how you're trying to be funny.
Because we get to it right at the conclusion here, but no.
No. But I'm just saying everybody's like kind of at their own pace or whatnot, which I kind of guess. I don't know, but
You can't put a timeline on because, like, my
Right.
sister and her boyfriend, the second they went on their first date, they were hanging out together 24/7. She was like at his house, essentially moved in 3 weeks later, and they're married with a baby. Right? If it's your person, it's just gonna click, I think, and there is no time.
And there's been some people I went on a date with, and within an hour, I'm like, yeah, I ain't fucking. And then 3, 4 months down the line, like, damn, we still ain't, because like it's just tough. Or you say you can't, it's tough to put the time.
Yeah.
so in a month in,
Texted him.
so a month in, let's just say I ain't gonna use me, but
Go ahead, use me.
Okay,
Hey, the public want to know. I'm gonna give you what you want, man.
All right.
You ain't
and I,
running from shit.
you and I are dating. All right.
I like women, everybody, exclusive.
Now you like women. That's because you ain't been liking women. But anyway.
Don't start lying. Hey, God, hey, we committed. Don't start lying in public. On God.
So you and I are dating. All right. We hitting it off just fine. A month in. Hey, cool. Like, really into you. What are we doing? Like, I don't want you talking to anybody else.
How much time have we spent that month?
Dude.
I gotta know that because that was my whole
All
premise.
right, 2 times a week for a month.
No, that's only 8 times.
That's only 8 times, but she should. But
Yeah.
after 3, they should be
Exactly.
Able to
That's-
Facts.
No,
Yeah, because
If
we
I
hold.
I
Okay,
will not sleep with somebody if I know that I'm
but what's crazy is you go around the world, like it's not as taboo in other places. That's really a United States thing.
What
Like,
do
you go to Europe and you go to other places,
Europe is
and they go on a date with a guy, and
hypersexual.
they say, yeah,
Europe is hypersexual. Like, that's their entire. Turning into their entire.
do you want to date a girl who's casually dating all these guys, sleeping with each one of them on the first
How
date?
much? How much do you
wanna date
respect
that
a woman? If a woman gave put out on the first date,
right. Well, I
How
think
much
I'm
would
putting
you
out too
expect?
though, because it's not like I'm the only one gaining anything. That's another thing we gotta stop looking at sex. It's not a one-way transaction here. It's 2 different
But
ways.
you have to admit, it is
Because I'm
looked
putting
at.
out
It
as
is
well.
looked at differently.
yeah.
Does that make it right?
No.
The same way Europe looks at it differently versus we do. You say it's hypersexualized. Maybe we're just undersexualized. Exactly.
Okay, that's where the religious part comes in.
Yeah.
That's where like all the everything else comes in.
Right, but people still having sex before marriage and they consider themselves religious.
Well, everyone sins.
Exactly. So exactly. So if I say on the 3rd date versus the 10th date, does that make the
This is a whole other topic, right? But like she said her standard for I don't want to sleep with men.
No, she was just asking. Yeah,
There
she
are a
was
lot
just
of
asking
guys who
something.
would be not cool with, you've gone on 30 dates and you've slept with 30 people. There's a lot of guys who'd be like, ew, right?
Right.
Oh,
But when we had
Right,
when we had the
right,
body
right.
count, we had the body count and the double standards though. And me personally, I think A, like that wouldn't be any of my business. But B, if it was, if you're sexually clean and you're checking up on yourself, that's your business.
But that's not the general consensus.
Yes.
I'd say yeah. Probably not. Probably not the general consensus. In the example that you gave.
I would say what I mentioned in that episode that we did right there. I think the example was like the girl slept with 200 guys or whatnot, and I was with her, and I just so happened to find out that information. I think I mentioned that I wouldn't necessarily be done with that girl, but that piece of information would bother me.
Yeah, it always be stuck back
Yeah. But it's almost just like anything, though. You'll get over it. Or
You make it.
or you know, not probably.
well,
Like if you found out, if I
y'all
found out a
can't-
guy something 200, I'm like, no.
I can't
No.
speak
People
for
have
everybody.
people
I
have
can't-
different limits.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause some girls may say 5 girls. Some girls may say,
Oh,
"You said
sure.
5 girls.
Yeah.
That's way too many." And so it's tough. But here's what I will say though: I think most reasonable people would say, once they marry someone, most would say, "Okay, I've committed to you. Like you're gonna be a partner for the rest of my life." Most people would say, at worst, at absolute worst, I won't average sex.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough to get that from someone that hadn't been experienced.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't want to.
Right. But now we get back into religion.
But I definitely. But don't want you to have so much experience that like you're a magician. 'Cause-
No, why not? It's gonna be the only person that you sleep with for the rest of your life. Why wouldn't you want somebody that know what he's doing at any point in the day?
Statistically, the more people that you sleep with, the less likely you are to stay married because you're like compared.
Can you bring next time you come on? Can you bring me the fact data statistics from that? I like to see.
Pull it up.
No, I'm serious. I love these. I love these type of stats.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, like I know I have dated somebody who's very, very open about how many people be uncomfortable.
I mean, you sleep with.
It was close to 200. But at that point in my life, I was like desperate. I was so desperate. I was 25 and I had not had a boyfriend in 7 years. I had one boyfriend my entire life, and I was sure when I was a kid that by the time I was 24, I'd be married. When I was 25 and very single. So I was desperate, like super desperate at that point. And told me he was very open about how big of a dirtbag he was, and was while we were dating.
Did you think you could change them?
No, I just brushed the red flags. But that was something that never left the back of my mind. But now, I don't know. Like I've not met somebody who. So here's the thing. I know that everybody has past. I have a crappy past, not sexually, but.
We can keep it on.
But I have crappy ex-boyfriends, and I have I have a crazy life, and I know that I have a past, and I've done some things that I'm not proud of, and I know that my future husband will also have a past, and he will have done things that he's not proud of. So I don't really, I'll never ask my partner how many people have you slept with.
Right.
I don't want to know. I don't want that to be in the background.
Right.
Who cares? Who cares? Unless you have some life in it.
Right.
But
Right.
I don't care. I really don't care how many people. Just don't talk about it.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm good. But yeah, I don't know where we. Just where
No, I mean you always more welcome to go on tangent. The last point here, as we wrap it up, right? So you guys both experienced with dating apps. Do you guys think it's just a natural thing, or is that
I've only ever done it here.
okay?
Oh, you said Nashville?
Yeah, do you think it's just a natural thing? A natural thing?
Everyone says, dating sex is Nashville, but that's literally. I have heard that the ratio here is 7 girls to 1 guy.
Mhm.
If that is true, that would absolutely make
Yeah,
sense.
I think it's either at that or a bit higher.
Yeah. So I mean, you have 8 girls or whatever fighting for 1 guy at a time. He is gonna talk to multiple women.
Right.
But that being said, we're generalizing so much. There are guys out there, definitely, who want to be in a monogamous relationship.
100%. I absolutely.
They fit the qualifications though. Because you said so 8 girls to 1 guy.
What?
They might not be in Nashville. They
Right.
might be elsewhere.
I'm way open. I'm talking to people who don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very much open to dating.
Did you meet them
somebody
within the apps?
a different app. Yeah, not the Virgin I met on Hinge somehow.
You said
He
you got
didn't
to a
live
different
here.
location.
He didn't live. Did I send that? Mine was Nashville.
Oh, he was here.
I'm assuming he was here, but I truly to this day don't know how we matched. And then the league matches with people outside of Nashville, and then this other one matches with people outside Nashville. I'm open to that, but so I mean, it's not just Nashville, right? I think it's anything.
Was it not a red flag though? If he was just here visiting, his hands on Nashville, the screen oh, you're not looking for a situation.
It screams it's if it doesn't
Their
move
profile
with
says
you.
that.
You know what I mean? I don't know if Hinge moves the location with
No, you have to
No,
physically
you have
move.
to-
I think.
yeah.
Yes, that is a red flag, right?
Yeah.
Unless you're upfront and hey, I'm just looking to make people I'm over Nashville dating. I want to see what else is out there.
So you're gonna tell them, hey, I just found out this on the podcast.
Well, I'm not talking to him anymore anyway.
I got you.
But no, I don't think it's just Nashville.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I don't. I've never done outside of Nashville.
All of our small town people are married. I should not say small town. Midwest people, all my high school friends, all my college friends in married or serious relationships. And my mom's Jackie, I'm sure if you were back in Wisconsin, you'd be settled down now too. Because the other big part of it is a lot of us moved. None of us are from Nashville, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of us moved here. We wanted. It's a different life than if we all chosen to stay where
We talk about that all the time.
Those people wanted to just stay in their hometown and get married and settle down, and we clearly didn't want that life.
Yeah, that's very true. Most people that I know, that I grew up with, either got married in college or they're still
Yeah.
high school. But yeah, I would assume that every city. I think dating apps are dating apps. You're gonna get.
Yeah.
They're gonna be the same regardless of where you go. So I don't think it's just. And also, there's dudes coming in here every single day, every single weekend, looking for girls, like you said, who are
Women
from out of town. So
yeah.
it's not like the dating apps are depleted of all men. There's a ton of dudes on there, and I met a dude from frickin' Huntsville on there. He
Shout out
failed
256.
to mention that he was.
It's only an hour and a half. It's only an hour and a half away though.
Did Did he flirt?
And he was trying to come out here and see what was up.
Yeah, he drove all the way out here.
I can't blame
And,
him. Your husband be like, hey, what's your pop?
Hop, skip, jumping away.
Like, I don't
Yeah.
think that's bad. If he's
The husband will drive the Dallas flight.
if
Yeah,
you're willing
no, I
to
don't
drive,
I don't think that's bad at all. But I'm saying like it's not Nashville is like 1 to 8 ratio, but like it's not just people in Nashville on the Nashville dating apps. It's people from Kentucky.
that's your type.
Not
The
anymore.
military.
Not anymore. Huntsville, like everywhere else. There's people from Chattanooga on there. Like it's not just Nashville people on the Nashville. So you can't just say that. Ratio.
Right. But that's also like if you go out in public, though, like 1 out of every 4 guys walking down the street probably doesn't look either. Still just anywhere around downtown. Not fair. I didn't know if you had.
No, just good.
You good?
Yeah.
Do you guys have any questions for us? Anything that maybe we didn't cover within the dialogue? 'Cause
do you think that the girl should bring up the exclusive talk?
When?
when?
I don't think the girl should do it.
You don't.
No, because I firmly believe that men control access to relationships. I think that a girl would give you, if a girl was really and truly, if she is what she says she is, like she's looking for an exclusive relationship, there would be things that she would say in ways that I would feel to make me believe that that's what she wants. Right? It's almost like when women are like ready to get proposed to, and they start talking about it. Like a guy knows when she's ready.
Yeah.
Right. And I think it's the same thing with like an exclusive relationship. So yes, like I would.
Can't
I would
let it
take the
drag
hint.
out, right?
No,
Like if
exactly.
you can't let it drag out for months and months and months. But I would not.
But I do think it's on the girl to not say it, but I have to feel that way though, to come with you with confidence. Say, hey, I'm ready to stop doing all this. We're on the same page.
Yeah.
But those are my personal
You can
beliefs.
call one of them next time.
I would say wait at
Thank
least
you.
6 months. No. But I'll also say, damn, I cannot talk. I will also say, that kind of depending on what you do now. Now, if you guys are like having sex or whatnot, I think it kind of speeds
That's
that.
fair, yeah.
It speeds that conversation up a little bit
Yeah.
because, like, all right, now you poking me, so like, what are we doing here? So I will.
Yeah, it is definitely different. I don't know. Maybe it's not difficult to read. I'm kind of right there.
And I was. Just
I
talking about the
knew.
whole 6
I
months
saw.
thing.
Yeah. Any other questions? Not at the moment. All right. Well, guys, as we wrap up here, you have had a chance to meet Miss Jackie Hurtis and Miss Lauren Walsh. You've gotten to hear about their experiences within the dating app in Nashville. Also, Lauren Walsh said that dating after dating after dating after dating app. So it's not really just Nashville that's their experience. I think both of you guys are completely checked out. You got 100 people in the queue, and you're like, you know what, I ain't got time for this.
She
But
went on 90 days this week. No.
But now, if you,
I understand with every person in my group.
but now, if you guys really love the broadcast today, please feel free to write in the comment section of the Instagram, the YouTube, the Facebook, now streaming on Apple and
Apple,
Spotify
Spotify.
as well. Again, with the YouTube subscribers,
Please subscribe.
How many we got?
I don't know if I want to say this.
You all want to say it? Yeah.
We went up one though.
We went up one.
Yeah, she kept the promise.
She kept the
Yeah,
promise.
she kept the promise.
All right, well, we appreciate it. We appreciate it. But as always, guys, until next time, peace. You guys are so great.